Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Previous lesson, we went through Kitab al-Salam. Inshallah, today we're going to finish off Kitab al-Salam and we're going to take a few masail, what they call mutafarriqat, few miscellaneous masail. So you understood the concept of Salam, and inshallah today we'll go over some of the conditions or the main conditions mentioned in Kitab al-Salam. We agreed that Salam is a contract where a person is paying money now and they will receive their product later. And the reason for this, to make it easier for the buyer so that they get a better price, to make it easier for the seller that they have resources. For example, if they're farming or they need to bring goods, raw materials, etc., they've got some capital to work with before getting the actual product. So both benefit. So number one is in Salam, the type of product should be agreed upon. Okay, what they call the jins. So what exactly is it? Is it, for example, dates, or is it bread or wheat or whatever it may be? Okay, and we spoke previously that this should be a product that can either be measured or weighed, or it can be counted and there's no discrepancy between each. So for example, if you're producing with a machine, okay, and with a machine, obviously, the room for error is very, very, very little. So the minute you're producing with a machine and somebody wants 1,000 buckets, for example, or 1,000 cups, here we'll say that salam is allowed in it because it's something that's neither weighed nor is it measured. However, it can be counted, and because it's machinery, then this and there'll be no discrepancy between each of the products. So we've got to agree what type of product it is. This is, we're talking about the big category. Then in the actual category, so let's say we take the example of dates and we take the example of glasses. Glasses, I'm talking about a drinking glass. We've got to agree on the type of it. So this is the smaller category. So what type of date is it? Is it, for example, ajwa dates, sukari dates, whatever it may be? Or if you're talking about glasses, is it a drinking glass? Is it a tea glass? Is it a coffee mug? What exactly is it? So you've got to also agree on the type of this product that's in the from the large category. What exactly is it? And all this is to avoid dispute later on. Number three is the quality of this. So, for example, are they good dates? Are they premium quality, for example, or medium quality or low quality? The glasses, for example, drinking glasses, are they going to be made of actual glass, or is it ceramic? How good is the quality, etc.? Okay. Number four is we've got to agree on the amount. How much is it? If it's dates, for example, how many sa' or how many kilos, how many boxes, whatever you're measuring it in. Glasses, what's the number of glasses? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, etc. Okay, that's number four. Number five is we've got to agree on the time. So when will these products be delivered? Are these products going to be delivered after a month, after 3 months, after 5 months, after a year, etc.? So we've got to agree on the time. These are the main conditions. Some say you've also got to agree on the place where it's going to be delivered. And we could understand this if there's no norm. So for example, if you've got a factory overseas and you've agreed on a product, is it going to be made and then you're going to pick it up from the factory, or are they going to deliver it to your premise? Especially if there is room for argument, here we'll say you have to agree on that. Okay, that's number six, is where are they going to collect these goods. And number seven, they tell you is that this contract won't be correct until the seller has collected the money. Why? Because we said that you're not allowed to delay you're not allowed to delay both the medium of exchange, the money, as well as the product. Either the money should come first, the product later, or the product should come first, the money later. This is if it's a contract. So to go over again quickly, for those who just came in now, we said that salam is where a person gets into a contract where they pay the money now and they benefit because they get a better price, and the seller benefits because they're getting cash or money upfront so they can get their raw material, etc. If they're farming, get seed and farming equipment, etc. We said number one, you've got to agree on the broad category. What is the product? Is it dates? We gave the example of drinking glasses. Number two, the type of this product. Is it ajwa dates, sukkari dates, or glasses? Is it a drinking glass? Is it a tea cup or a coffee mug, etc. Number three, we've got to agree on the quality. Good quality. Is it premium quality, A grade, B grade, C grade, whatever it may be. Number four is the amount. If it states in our terms today how many kgs, or if it's counted how many glasses, 1,000, 5,000 pieces, etc. Number five, you've got to agree on the time. When will this product be delivered to the buyer? After a month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, etc. Number six, we mentioned that if this product is being manufactured and there's expenses, etc., and there's no fixed urf or ada, norm in society who delivers the goods, then we'll say here, agree. Where will this be delivered? Is it going to be in the manufacturer's warehouse and then you've got to pick it up, or are they going to send it to you, etc.? Number seven, we said that you've got to pay. So the money has to be collected by the seller for this to be correct. These are the main masail in salam, and built on this concept, you find some contemporary masail or some Islamic products in the banks, etc. They've come up with this, based on this concept, they've come up with products to try and fit a more Islamic or halal way of doing business with the people, or profit and loss, etc. Thereafter, you come to masail, which they call mutafarriqat, or miscellaneous masail. And the main one they mention, the Hanafi books, is when it comes to selling. They say in the Hanafi madhab, this is, you're allowed to sell a dog, even if it's a stray dog, and you're allowed to sell any wild animal, and you're allowed to sell, for example, a cheetah or a lion or whatever it may be, any wild animal. To benefit from it in some way, even if it's a monkey or a baboon or whatever it may be. They have two main exceptions. First is they don't allow you to sell pigs. Okay? They say why? Because a pig itself is najis, it's impure, and you're not allowed to benefit from the pig. Whereas the dog, for example, the argument is you're allowed to benefit from a hunting dog, etc. So here they tell you a pig is you're not allowed to buy and sell. And number two is Hanafi madhab. They tell you that you're not allowed to sell khamr, okay, wine or beer. Why? Because they tell you that number one, it's najis, and number two is Muslim is not allowed to benefit from it. So they'll tell you, and the reason they mention it is because there's difference of opinion amongst the other schools of thought in terms of what you're allowed to buy and sell when it comes to animals. Then in the Hanafi madhab, they've got a little bit of an argument when it comes to silkworms. Okay, they say, but there is an opinion to say you're not allowed to sell a silkworm unless it's starting to give silk. Why? Because it's an insect. However, even though there is an opinion like that in the Hanafi madhab, what's practiced upon is you're allowed to sell the worms. Similarly, bees, they have an opinion to say you're not allowed to sell bees alone. And then they've got also an opinion to say you're allowed to sell them. So the main issue in the Hanafi madhab is when it comes to animals, when it comes to pigs, and when it comes to intoxicant or beer. Again, as I mentioned to you, difference of opinion amongst the scholars, and this will make it a little bit easier for you. There's something called eating, okay? This is to do with, is it permissible to eat or not, halal or haram? Sorry. Number two, you've got what's called buying and selling. So whatever you're allowed to eat, you can buy and sell. And some have gone more than that to say that even if you can't eat it, if it's wild animals, etc., you can still buy and sell like in the Hanafi madhab. And then there's a third category which is called intifa', to benefit from it. So you're not buying and selling it. However, if you got hold of it, you're not eating it either. And this is not the Hanafi madhab, but there's some madhahib, for example, they tell you that pig's hair, okay, you know, they make some brushes from it to comb your hair or for the face, etc. Here they'll tell you you're not buying it, you're not selling it, you're not eating it, but you can benefit from it. So what's called intifa. So just bear this in mind, and generally the difference of opinion is in here. When it comes to eating, what you can eat and can't eat, there's a few things which are differed upon. What you can buy and sell, again, there's a few things which are differed upon. And what can you benefit from even if you don't buy or sell it? But let's say you got hold of it, okay? If you've got any questions on this, just keep them, because we'll go to Bulugh al-Maram, and after that you can ask your questions, inshallah. Moving on to the hadith in Bulugh al-Maram. In the last lesson, we took hadith where Ibn Hajar rahimahullah said, a man narrated that he was with the Messenger sallallahu, and he prohibited a man to make ghusl or to bath from the leftover water of a woman, or a woman to bath or make ghusl from the leftover water from a man. And we said that this hadith, some scholars say it's weak, or they say that it goes against a hadith which is stronger than it. What's the hadith stronger than it? He tells you next. There's a hadith of Ibn Abbas رضي الله عنهما, and he says, كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يغتسل بفضل ميمونة رضي الله عنها. ميمونة رضي الله عنها, ميمونة بنت الحارث, one of the wives of the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم. And she was obviously related to Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma. So the Messenger, he says, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam would make a ghusl with the leftover water of Maymuna radiallahu anha. Okay, so what does this show you? It shows you that it goes against the previous hadith. So here we'll say that this hadith is stronger because it's in Muslim, and we'll take by it. Then he says, Wali Ashab Sunan. Another version of this hadith is recorded in Ashab Sunan, Abu Dawud and Nasai, Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah. He says, اغتسل بعض أزواج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في جفنة. Says some of the wives, or one of the wives of the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم, was bathing from a vessel or of water. فجاء ليغتسل منها. So he came to bath, or he came to bath and make ghusl from that same vessel. فقالت له إني كنت جنوبا. So she said to him that I was in a state of janaba, i.e. major impurity. فقال إن الماء لا يجنب ولا يجنب. He said that don't worry, the water does not become impure. So from this hadith you benefit many masail. The first is the wife of the Messenger ﷺ mentioned in this hadith, she was already alone with the water. Okay, and then he came and he wanted to make ghusl from the same water she was using. So this shows you that even if the woman is alone with the water, and we'll say even if a man is alone with the water, the opposite gender can make ghusl from it. Number one. Number two, husband and wife, it's permissible for them to bath together or to shower together. Some people say that it's haram, and a husband cannot see the private parts of his wife and vice versa. And here we'll say that this hadith goes against that. Okay, it's permissible, and also permissible for husband and wife to shower together or to share the same bucket when they taking water from it. Number three, he says, إِنَّ الْمَاءَ لَا يُجْنِبُ وَلَا يَجْنُبُ. He says this water does not become impure. So the wife of the Messenger ﷺ thought that because I'm in a state of janaba and I'm using the water from this bucket or vessel, for example, it may become impure for others. And he's saying, no, the water does not become impure. And as you took before, as long as there's no najasa that fell in it, and neither its color nor its taste nor its smell changed, we'll say that that water remains pure, inshallah. Thereafter, the next hadith, Ibn Hajar rahimahullah brings the hadith of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, and we'll take it on Monday. It's to do with the dog that licks from the vessel. The one after that is to do with the cat, inshallah. So we'll take that, bi'idhnillah. If you guys got any questions with what we've taken,